Okay, so hey there, friends. Today is Friday again. So today I would like to share with you guys exactly how to acquire every single one of the Gateway Experience tapes. So I'm going to show you a few different ways. First, I'm going to show you the official way, and then I'll show you a way that you won't get every single one, but you'll get pretty much most of them. I think because even before when I was documenting my experience, I thought there was only 6 waves. There's actually 8 waves. So let me go ahead and jump into that right now. So if you see here, I've got on the website, it's just hemisync.com. And I believe this is an official website. I think these are the people that are copywriting all the people trying to upload the full, all the tapes on YouTube. They're the ones that submit that copyright. But you can go to their website and you can go ahead and pay $565.95 and you'll get waves 1 through 8 on an MP3 format. And so I'm sure you can figure it out if you just Google it. And then another way to do it is not to get the MP3s, but to just go ahead and get the CDs here. And they're a little more expensive, but I don't know why you would want to get CDs. But if that's something that you want, then there you go. And then the free option. So I'm going to show you that one. And then after that, I'll talk about an unofficial way to, get all of them for free. But here you can get on YouTube, you can check out this, it's called Brisk Health, that YouTube channel. And I think this is a pretty good quality. It's 3 hours and almost 3 hours and 30 minutes. And on here, they show or they share with us all of for the first wave. So wave 1, the one that's called Discovery. They might be wave 1 and wave 2. I'm not sure because I don't use this. What I like to use is actually if you go to this website, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you the name of this website on YouTube, but it's called, it rhymes with Pirate Pay. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but it's using this torrent technology. And it's kind of like an open sea type of situation where it's like kind of uncharted waters. If you kind of, you know what I'm saying. If you go on there, and let me see if I've got it pulled up. Yeah, so if you go on there and you just type in HEMI-SYNC, so Hemisync, on the search bar, you'll see a bunch of different options pop up. And the one that I found was the best. And because there's 2 versions that will work, there's one that's a .FLAC version, so FLAC, and that one was uploaded by a user named EasyRider999. The only problem with that is that on the third wave, tape number 4 or 5, the one that's called the 5 questions tape, I think it's tape 4, it's corrupted. So if you listen to it like in the middle of it, it'll give you a bunch of popping sounds in your ear and it's really unsettling. So I wouldn't recommend that one. The one that I would recommend is the one that is just called Hemisync Gateway Experience, and that one was uploaded by Anonymous. It's got 6 seaters right now, and that one was uploaded on April 1st of 2013. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I was even re-going through all of my Gateway Experience tapes, and I've been progressing because I started over when I took that little bit of a break because I took a long time to answer those 5 questions for myself. And when I took that time, I didn't even realize it, but I didn't realize that that's the reason why I was running into these content, and the content that I was running into was about like life between lives, hypnotherapy, and all this other stuff. And I didn't even realize that it was correlated directly to tape 4 of the third wave and the 5 questions, because one of the questions that Bob asks is, who were you before you entered into this physical body, right? And then the other one is, what is the purpose for this physical life that you're experiencing right now, right? So these questions were so over my head that when I was going through my journey and documenting it, doing 10 tapes, I think you have to do it more than 10 times. And, it's kind of up to you however many times you want to do it. But I know for me, there's some tapes that I can just do one time and I'm good. Like the color breathing tape, the energy bar tool, I can do it once or twice. And let me see, the energy food tape, I can do it once or twice, and I'm fine. I don't really have to keep revisiting that tape unless I want to really take advantage of it. The ones that I really want to take advantage of for my own personal journey are like the 5 questions tape, the one that I've really been kind of stuck on. But I was able to progress. Like last night, I was able to progress to the first stage separation. And I don't know if you'll believe this, believe it or not, but it worked. Not only did it work, but it's just kind of mind boggling because I was out of my body. I saw my body. And not only did I see my body, but I went so far as to go above my house. And I would liken it to having your eyes closed and having your phone in your hand with your eyes closed. And my hand was not on my phone. But what I saw, the vision that I saw, it seemed like I was looking at my phone at Google Maps. That's what it felt like, because I was looking down at the house that I live in. I was literally way above, I don't know how many feet, maybe, I want to say maybe 30 feet above. I don't know, that's just an estimate. I'm not very good with that yet, but I literally saw the house, and it was so clear and I was so coherent that it felt like I was just looking at my phone screen, looking at Google Maps. So I just experienced that last night. So I thought that was pretty interesting because I went ahead and finally progressed. And it took me like a year of searching and allowing my intuition to kind of guide me. And eventually I found this like Life Between Lives sessions where they talk about people's previous lives and the period of time that they all go through where they're between lives. And so that kind of answered that question for me of like, where was I or who was I? I mean, it's not fully answered yet, but who was I before I entered this physical body, right? So first you have to even open the door to even think that that's a possibility. Before, for a lot of my life, that door was shut. And I didn't even think that was something that I could even consider. But by listening to those audio tapes and understanding it, now I was able to even have an out-of-body experience now because I know who I really am, right? I'm more than my physical body, and I don't just believe it, I know it, and I'm experiencing these things and meeting people that are, like, I would literally pick up jobs for my work, and I run into people, and I don't bring it up at all, but they start talking about stuff, or we'd be listening to the TV, and the TV starts talking about it, and we just look at each other like, actually, this is funny because I was just thinking about this. Or I would run into somebody and that person is also into the same type of topics, and I tell them like, I was actually just thinking about somebody like you. Like, I was helping this lady about an hour north of where I live. She wanted to haul. She owns like a nice 7-acre farm, or it used to be a farm. Now she's a little bit up in years. But she wanted to move this junk that she had in one of her sheds. So I picked up that job through the handyman service app that I use for work. And I run into her, and she's like, I got long hair and everything. And she tells me that she's a certified hippie, so we get into it. And so we get into about how her family, she comes from a line of witches and all this other stuff. But anyway, I mean, the conversations that we had, we just connected on a very personal level very quickly. And that's part of the affirmation that we go through when we do the gateway experience. I mean, it's not just going to happen all overnight. It was something interesting where I actually had people help me along my journey when I got stuck. right? So now finally last night I was able to kind of progress more, and thanks to you guys as well, reminding me and kind of holding me accountable, watching my videos and not letting me forget that this is the journey that we're on, and not letting myself get distracted and stuff, right? So I just finished eating with my wife. We sat down and we were eating, and this past week also we've been working on our own little farm that we've got in our backyard. I just have a shovel and I'm just digging up all the grass because, I mean, what is the purpose of having all of this grass? I don't know. At least in my backyard. I mean, the front yard, it looks nice, but since spring is right around the corner, we bought these seeds and stuff. We just went to the store and bought them on Wednesday, right? So 2 days ago, bought the shovel, worked on it on Wednesday, and then yesterday I was just working, delivering groceries for people. And then today, I'm making this video for you guys, right? So this is what I want to share with you. I want to share with you a way that you can potentially access. If you go, I'm not saying, hey, don't, if you have the money, go ahead and pay for these things. But I also believe in freedom of, sharing with people. If somebody wants to give you a gift, I think you should be willing to, go out there and, pick it up if you know what I'm saying. So that's just what I believe. I'm not to take away from all the hard effort and work that was put into these tapes by the Monroe Institute, because when I get to that financial situation, I'm more than likely going to go visit the Monroe Institute and pay them that fee, and I'm just not in the position. And so I know a lot of other people are not in that position either, where they can just shovel out $500,000, and so I want to lower the barrier of entry for self-development for us humans, where that's also what I want to talk about today is about wealth creation. I read this book and I read it a bunch of times, and I never really applied the principles from this book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon, until I kept listening to it. I mean, the first few times I listened to it, then a couple years later I listened to it, and then a couple years later is when I listened to it again, and then I actually started applying the principles that are in it. And in that book, it talks about saving 1/10 of your income, and kind of storing that up, paying yourself first, right? So when you go out and you make money, you don't want to just keep paying your debts, and so you'll live your entire life that way and never actually amount to anything, right? So it's much better to pay yourself first and then pay off all the other people. I mean, if you don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you not to pay your honest debts. That's the whole point of the book, is to just know how to manage the money that you do have. And so that brings me to another thing that I'm going to talk about in a second, which is next month we're going to be doing another giveaway. But for now, I want to touch on this quote from this book that talks about wealth creation. And wealth, it says in that book, it says that wealth is created in mysterious ways. And when we're talking about money is easy to quantify, because all you have to do is just count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A child can do this very easily. There's other things that are just as valuable in life, like your own personal health and well-being and stuff. It's just a little bit harder to quantify. So let's stick to just the counting, and so it's wealth is created in mysterious ways. Like if I was to go ahead and purchase a plot of land and I would spend $100,000, let's say that somebody else owns that plot of land, and I give them $100,000. Well, now I own the land, and it's not like I lost $100,000. No, because the land is worth at least that much. Now let's say that I go out and I put another $50,000 into it to build something. We can even think bigger. Let's say $5 million. Let's say I put $5 million into this property and I build a nice big house, like a palace almost. This is what the book talks about in the Babylonian times, right? Also brings me to another quote. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you hear people trying to tell you like, hey, I manufactured this brand new antique, it's like, how can you manufacture an antique? How can you manufacture a new principle? That doesn't work. So if you listen to people trying to tell you like, hey, listen to me, I just came up with this brand new system that's going to help you do things. Don't listen to these people because they're just trying to sell you on this idea that they're special, which also I want to say, look, I'm not special. Okay. I'm just a person, you are just a person. And look, what I can do, you can do. What somebody else can do, they can do. It's not like I'm better than anybody else. I don't want anybody to think that at all at any point in time. I hardly know what I'm doing. I'm getting a lot of help from people just by asking the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, and running into people just in my day-to-day life that are encouraging me to keep going. You guys are encouraging me to keep going. I'm not special in any way. I'm not an expert on this topic. I'm just going through this journey, doing my best, and just sharing with you guys the things that I am experiencing, right? So there's really nothing new under the sun. But back to the plot of land, if we spend $5 million on this plot of land, now all of a sudden the land is not just worth $100,000. It's actually worth more. It's even probably worth more than 5 million, right? Because why? I paid the workers to build the house. I paid for the materials. And all that money, it didn't just go to waste. It's not like that money just disappeared all of a sudden. No, it was traded. It was transferred. So these people have that money that I gave them, but I also have the materials. And that land that I own now is also worth more because the house or the palace is there. And the book asks, and also the land around it, is it not worth more because that palace is there, right? So there's a palace here in our imagination right now because I haven't specified where it is in the location in the world we live in. But I'm just saying, like, look, wealth is created in mysterious ways. When you're spending money, you think you're never going to see it again. That's not necessarily true because it's an investment. It's an investment in yourself, right? Just like now it brings me to the point where I want to share with you guys, look, the gateway experience is an investment into yourself. It helps you show up with more presence and consciousness in your life, and it doesn't just help you, but it also helps the people around you. Just like when you build a palace, it doesn't just help the people that you paid to build it, but it also helps appreciate all of the properties in the area. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to share with you guys, if you kind of catch my drift in what I'm saying. When you invest in yourself and you raise your own level of consciousness, another quote, all ships rise with the tide, right? So it's not just one ship that goes up. If there's more ships on that water, okay, I'm just looking at a ship here because of the website that I'm telling you guys to look at. Like, you can probably get these tapes for free right now if you know what I'm saying. Rewind the video if you want to, but if you invest in yourself, then, all of the ships will rise. Your own family, right? Like, I have a wife, I have 2 kids, and it's not just my life that has improved in the past few years of me doing the gateway experience, but it's also their lives. It's also my cousins, right? It's also everybody else around you. So that effect multiplies, right? So that's why I'm making these videos, largely one big part of it. And it also answers that question from the 5 questions tape. What is the purpose of this physical existence for me? That's a big purpose for me, is to be here and leave this world a better place, not to take, and then, I'm gone, and then I'm looking up from some kind of other dimension, and I'm thinking, man, I could have done a better job. Next time, I hope to do a better job. No. Don't think that way. Just do it right now. Just do it right now. Like, just do it now. I mean, figure out a way to do it, and I think it'll pay off. So I think that's basically what I want to share with you guys for today. I think I pretty much hit all the points, and I don't want to belabor this point too much. If you understand it, you understand it. If you don't, go back and watch some more of my videos, and maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Peace.